Tiff, good win tonight, 2 goals, clean sheet. Are you pleased with the performance?
No, far from it. I thought first 15 minutes was excellent. Everything I went and asked them to go and do, we done. But after that, 2-0 up, I thought we were getting really slack. Listen, the game should have been out of sight. It should have been at 5 or 6 at half time. Let's tell the real story. We were miles in front, but we were very, very slack in the final third. And it just goes to show, because I said to them at half time, if you stand off these kids want to pass the ball. 9 times out of 10 they're doing it in the wrong areas, and that's when we're taking off them, we're scoring goals. And I think the league table emphasises that. But if you stand off them the way you stand off them in the second half, then they come and they go and play, because that's how they're taught and that's how they're brought up. But very disappointed with the second half performance. As I say, the game should have been out of sight, 5 or 6 at half time, but we're coming a long way in the last few weeks, so I think we finished 5th in the league, which is good, which makes us seeded. So it's been a good campaign that way. I've allowed a lot of my squad to get minutes. We've used that well, but so listen, we dust ourselves down, we rest up, because we've got a huge game Saturday.
Yeah. How hard is it to prepare for these types of games against opposition that's unknown?
It's not hard. We know what we're going to get. We do our work, we do our research. We have them watched. We know technically they're very good. They're full-time football players. So we know that. So we know they want to come down and get the ball and pass it, but it's up to us to go and stamp our authority. We've done that in the first 20 minutes. We've seen it. We scored 2. It should have been 4 or 5. It wasn't the case, and then we just take the foot off the pedal and we let them into it. As I say, I've not been so glad to hear the referee blow the full-time whistle.
After making several changes from the draw against Clyde, have these cup matches provided a useful chance to rotate the squad and give players valuable minutes? The likes that we're speaking to Ronan there as well, 60 minutes under his belt.
Absolutely, you've seen that with every game that we've played in this cup. I've always changed it. The guys that hadn't been playing this hard, they have been playing, and it's been valuable to use that, because I say I need the full squad. We made the decision in the summer to make sure I had 18, 19, 20 players that were ready to play at this level, and it was important that we don't just have 10 and 11. And I think we've seen that. I think the guys that have come in, they've done extremely well. I say it's because we've got a really good dressing room, so it was important that we gave the guys minutes, their legs, and it was great to see Evan and Ronan back, and getting them back on the pitch is great. Again, it just makes us stronger, more healthier in the way going forward. We've got another few coming back. I don't think it'll be long before we see Corey, Sal and Doc. So once they come back, then it'll be really competition for places, which is really healthy for the manager side of things. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say next. Only 5 players on the bench, so you'd said a few names there to come back. Any injuries for tonight?
No, well, not as we know yet. So I think everybody's getting through it well. Obviously we'll have back on Saturday. We'll have Planky back on Saturday. We'll miss Matty. Matty's with Scotland 19, so well done to him for getting called up. So that's great for him, and great for the club, and great for everybody connected. But as I say, we're getting healthy. And as I said to the guys, you need to make sure you're ready to step in and play and take that jersey, because when you've got it, you need to keep it. Because if you're not performing, the guy will be sitting behind me, will be chatting a bit to get on it, and that's healthy. It's really healthy. As I say, we've got a really good dressing room, really good bunch of boys. They all know their job, and they're all with each other in there, which is good. But we need to make sure come Saturday we get rid of the slackness and we keep doing what we've been doing, because let's put it where it's at, we're on a good run.
Yeah. So how important is it to build on the result with East Kilbride, the visitors on Saturday? I mean, that's us unbeaten in 10 now, I think it is.
Yeah, listen, it's always healthy to have these sort of things, but we know how good a team East Kilbride are. We know the threats that they're going to come and impose. So it's important that we do our work on Thursday night when we come in. We'll be a light session for the guys. We'll run through some video stuff on them. But as I've always said, and I've stood here, they'll come down to our park. So we need to remember that this is our park. We need to go and make sure we impose ourselves in the game early doors. We don't let them get in their stride. And listen, I've no doubt we'll do that. I say, well, a really tough game, but I'll tell you what, it's a game I'm looking really forward to.